I have decided on the fly to be a VJ, but Rakhi Sawant style. I looked into the camera and I was like, hello everybody, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग आए हैं ऑडिशन देने के लिए, लेकिन मैं नो कहाँ पे देख रहे हो कैमरा पर्सन? इधर नहीं, ऊपर देखो.
Hey, hello. I don't know how exactly to say this, but this, I promise you, is going to be a fun one. For me, and I suspect for you as well. We have with us in the studio, how do I best do justice to her? Well, she's a live wire, to say the very least. Born a performer, in the truest sense of that term. I mean, done everything from street dancing to live television to Bollywood films. That's disgusting already. And then she has gone on to WWE and rich and famous. Yeah. I speak of a very, very dear friend, Farrah Fawcett. No.
I wish, Brian. How are you? It's so nice to be on this show.
No, it's wonderful for me as well.
I just can't believe it. I honestly can't believe that I'm here. I'm sitting next to you. I've been like low-key stalking you all my life.
See, this is what they all do, right? When you are in the past tense almost, they tell you, man, I used to stalk you, and I had a crush on you.
No, it's very much present tense.
All of these lies.
No, Brian, honestly, it's very much present tense. I mean, I stalk you, I stalk your sons. Sorry, I'm a married lady with 2 kids. I'm so happy to be here. This is such a great show. And genuinely, I've looked up to you for so many years. It's almost like a pinch me moment. This is most certainly a pinch me moment. When I got the call saying, hey, would you like to do this? I was like, oh, no. But inside I was like, yeah. Yeah.
Are you always badly behaved like this?
Always. There's never a moment where I am well behaved. Never. Unless when I'm on camera and I'm in front of a corporate audience.
Fortunately, our cameras are off.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can be yourself.
Yes, absolutely. So I've never been well behaved, to answer your question. Never.
I know.
Not in school, not in college, not at home. And now I'm paying the price for it because my kids have turned out to be exactly like me.
Yeah. Hey, price to pay.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of growing up years.
Yeah.
Come on. Tell us, and all the gory details. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want you, sounding all this. So, incidentally, this is Gaelyn Mendonca.
Oops.
Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know.
Just in case, you didn't figure already.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, Gaelyn, on a serious note, tell us about the early years, about the growing up, about, how bad behavior became an intrinsic part of your life.
Right. So, I've always been a loud kid. Always.
No.
Yes, believe it or not, I've always been that kid who was very curious, had many questions, bugged her parents for the silliest things, which had nothing to do materialistically. It was always like, why is this like that? And why is that this way? Who's that auntie? What happened to her mother-in-law? That was me. I was the kid with a lot of questions. And that kind of translated in me making a lot of friends because I was the chatty one. So whether it came to house parties.
Did you say was the chatty one?
I mean, I still am. I mean, now it's a profession, Now I make money off it, but I used to do it for no money also. I would just go up. I was the life of every party. I am the life of every party, guys. I am the life. Just keep reminding myself. I haven't lost myself. Yeah, so, but as a kid, I was the life of every party. I would love to perform in front of my relatives. You know how parents generally push the kids and say, chalo, auntie ke samne naach ke dikhao. And you're like, nahi, mummy. That was not me. I was like, mummy, aapne to pucha hi nahi. You didn't ask me to dance in front of uncle and auntie. Can I?
Have you ever been told tone down?
Always. Never by my parents, thankfully. Teachers sometimes, yes. Because I was very chatty. So in school also, I was always caught for talking. And my name was always on the blackboard for the most by the monitor. Gaelyn again. But yeah, in school, I remember being my parents being told, thoda,
Those notes in the school
yeah, remarks.
calendar,
And I went to a convent school, so you can only imagine.
Which is why you're so well turned out.
Very well
and
turned out.
Well spoken.
My skirt is always
and
below the knees.
well-behaved. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So as a kid, I was somebody who loved to talk. So my mom has this one story that she keeps telling everybody, which is we moved into the new building and we had all these neighbors who we didn't know of because we were new and everyone else was also new in the building. But I knew everyone because every day I would go to a new house, ring the doorbell, they would open the door thinking, oh, this is a lost kid. And I'd be like, hi, my name is Gaelyn, auntie, who lives here? And then I would walk into their house, chat with them, have a meal, and my mom is now thinking we've lost our kid again. So she goes from building, hello, my name is Lily, is my daughter here? And they're like, no. So, but the next day they would find me in that auntie's house. So eventually everybody in the building knew me. Everyone would walk by and my parents, their identity was, even though they're very well educated, they're great at academics, my dad has his own merits and all, but they were always called Gaelyn's mom and dad. You know, that was their identity because I spoke so much and I was so chatty. You would leave me with a kid, you'd leave me with a grandparent, you'd leave me with anyone. I'd end up knowing their history, their love life, their story, when they got married, how they got married, why they got married. I would know everything.
Just remind me not to tell you any of those details about myself.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
remind me.
All right.
It's important.
No, I will ask you. Tell
After
me.
destroying your neighborhood
me.
as a kid growing up. I mean, I'm sure you destroyed the entire neighborhood, destroyed everyone in school.
Yeah.
And like I knew, you don't sound regretful at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know, mission accomplished kind of look on your face.
Totally.
Then you decided to punish people in St. Xavier's College, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
And tell us a bit about that.
So when I was in Malad, that's where I grew up, Malad, Orlem, I was a big fish in a small pond. And that's when I went to Xavier's, that really changed for me. You know, I saw a world beyond my world. And quite honestly, it really shook me for the first few days. I was like, where have I come and what is this world? In fact, I got so nervous the first few days. I almost thought I'm going to tell my mom I don't want to go to college. And that was so unlike me because I was a very confident girl. But there were some things that were still very true to me, and that was dance, you know. That's something I really loved. My way of expressing to the world was actually through dance, not through, even though I was very, yes, not through spoken word. Even though I was very chatty, my medium was always dance. And that's what helped me ease into the world of Xavier's. That's where I really found my footing. Malhar, everybody knows of Malhar. Everybody finds their friends, their lifelong friends there. They find things that they didn't even know they could do and they were good at there. And that's exactly where I found my place also, I feel, in this world. Xavier's has had a huge impact on my life.
You hung out in the woods?
Always. Yeah. In the woods, in the quad. The hostel, not as much, but we always were in the foyer. It was great fun. We were in there more than we should have been in class. But yeah, it was a great time. And now when I think about my time at Xavier's, I always think about those dancing years, you know.
But tell us a little bit more about how you discovered that whole dance vibe in you and it moved on then to stage presence.
Yeah.
You know, like modeling and a whole host of other stuff. So just kind of talk us through that.
Quite frankly, Brian, the way things have panned out in my life has been like a flowing river. I never ever kind of decided this is what I want to dabble in or this is what I want to try out. It just happened and started at Xavier's. I was always a dancer in school. Every annual day, every inter-college, inter-school competition, I was always participating in all of that. And when I went to Xavier's, it started first with dance again. Before college started, I remember, I kind of got, my name came in the list saying, yeah, okay, you've gotten your admission at Xavier's. And right next to it, there was street dance competition. There was a poster there saying, if you want to participate, auditions are happening here. This is way before college even started for us. I went for that audition. I cracked it. And I started practice way before college started for me. So I was now with these seniors who didn't know. They was like, who's this scrawny junior? And I was like, I love to dance. So I was, मुझे dancing का बड़ा शौक है. So I was dancing there.
Do that again.
मुझे dancing का बड़ा शौक है. So yeah, I mean, it started with that, and as I kept doing this, I kept meeting very, very cool people, very like people who were great at singing, people who spoke really well, a lot of people who were very, without making it quite obvious, they were influencing me. And I didn't even know I was getting influenced. And it was the best kind of influencing, not like the kinds that's happening today. Our teachers were so cool. Our friends were so cool. And honestly, just the vibe at Xavier's was great. Dancing happened. I got scouted for Lakme Fashion Week because of my height, firstly. I mean, I was extremely not groomed back then, but someone spotted me there. A lot of opportunities came out of Xavier's, you know, which I didn't even think that, I didn't try to chase those dreams. It just happened to me.
I feel you, because you're someone who wears your passion on your sleeve.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you know, the universe kind of conspires
Right.
to kind of bring opportunity.
I believe in that.
Yeah.
I totally believe in that.
Yeah.
You know, they say, I know I read this somewhere, they say that don't climb the mountain for the world to see you. Climb the mountain so that you can see the world.
True.
You know, and I think somewhere down the line, very unknowingly, I've kind of gone through life with this funda. That every time I took up something or I tried a new thing, it was for me. It was for me to experience that. It was not to kind of prove anything to anyone or to show the world what I have or I got, what I can do, ever since I was a kid.
You know, I've got to tell you this, Gaelyn, that I feel every bit of the conversation, because truly that's really been my approach to life as well.
I know.
You chase your passion, you know, there's never a day at work. And what happens is you naturally attract the right forces.
Absolutely.
Importantly, your priorities kind of balance perfectly. And never a dull day, never a boring day.
Yeah.
You know, you kind
No 2 days are alike.
Exactly
That's my
right.
favorite part about what I do. There are no 2 days that are alike. You can go from having a 14, 15-hour shoot day to sometimes wrapping up a shoot in like half an hour. You meet new people every day. You meet new creative people every day. You learn so many new things every day. And I think I really thrive on that kind of energy and unpredictability. That's where I get most of my
enjoy
energy.
it,
I
right?
love it.
Yeah.
I live for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it comes through, you know, Gaelyn, it comes through. It really does. The energy comes through. I can see lenses cracking all over the room just now.
Ooh, I like that. Nice, Brian. You take notes. Lenses cracking. Okay, got that. Mental note. I'm going to use that. No, Brian didn't tell me.
Liar. We've got it on camera.
Yeah.
Okay, just by the way.
Just going to crack these
No,
lenses
so
now.
tell me, you know, very often it's moments that charge you further, right? And I can remember some instances in my growing up years. I want to ask you, you know, the first time you see yourself up in the lights, okay, maybe you see a billboard of yourself or you see an advertisement of yourself. Tell us about that feeling.
Oh my God. It gives me goosebumps thinking about that. Even now, this was long, long ago, my modeling days. This is before any of the hosting gigs or any of that happened. I was just a kid in college who got offered an opportunity to shoot for a brand. I don't even remember the brand, quite honestly. I just remember that feeling. I remember that feeling like it's so fresh of seeing my face kind of magnified onto this huge poster outside a mall, outside Oberoi Mall. And I still remember looking at it and not believing that this has happened to me, the daughter of, you know, a South Indian banker and my dad who makes aluminum bottle caps. And I'm like, here's me. This is crazy. This is what I have done. And this is all me.
Smile on heart.
Oh my God. And I remember more than me, you know, Brian, I remember the look on my parents' face. And I think that's why that moment is so special, because my parents are first generation Minglorians who've come to Mumbai. none of their relatives or siblings or anyone has come to Mumbai. The big city, the big dream was theirs first. And so for them to see this and for them to kind of have this moment and this experience
Special.
was special is too small a word, I feel, It was unbelievable. Like looking at them, I felt they couldn't articulate how they were feeling because nothing like this was something that they'd ever imagined. I never imagined it. So for us to be in this maximum city and for us to see something like that to happen was just mind-blowing, outstanding.
Like I keep saying.
Unreal.
I keep saying deep resonance because my dad came into the city peti in hand from Mangalore.
Yes.
And I'm living what you're speaking about.
Yeah.
And I can understand, the heart swell in mom and dad when they saw you up there. And you weren't about to stop. You were at the starting blocks. I mean, which prompts me to kind of ask you, from there came, the video jockeying.
Yeah.
The MTV, the journey with television. Talk to us about that journey because that can't be easy, right?
Oh man. I think the turning point in my career was most definitely MTV. Most people recognize me even to date and remember me fondly because of all the work that I've done at MTV. How I got into MTV is a story of its own. Oh my God. It's almost like a scene from a movie. I didn't want to go for the audition. This was after I was done with my education at Xavier's. Everyone started picking higher studies or jobs. And I was here sitting at home saying, "Mujhe singing or dancing ka bada shauk hai." I really love to sing and dance, but what am I going to do?
You're supposed to do it.
Mujhe singing or dancing ka bada shauk hai.
Yeah.
So that was me, Brian. I was like, I have done this all throughout school and college, but now people are getting real jobs. What am I going to do? Thankfully, I have to really give props to my parents because they put no pressure on me. They were like, it's okay, you can sing and dance at home till you find something outside, I guess. So I was sitting at home flipping channels and I flipped onto this channel called MTV where the audition call came out saying that, hey, we're looking for like young, enthusiastic, crazy people who'd like to join our family as a VJ. The VJ Hunt is on and if you think you have it in you, come and audition. They were auditioning like classic MTV style. They want to audition in like 15 cities.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks if it's an MTV audition, it's roadies. So it was... So I've gone there with a friend, not checking what timing are the auditions like held for and all of that. So I think the cutoff timing was 1 p.m. and I have reached at 3 p.m.
You're always on time.
Always on time. Always on time. So I reached there at 3 with a friend because I didn't want to go alone. It was too intimidating. Like so many people. And as I said, everyone thought it was roadie. So while walking towards the MTV office back then, there are people taking their shirts off and going like, main banunga. And I'm like, have I reached the wrong place? Because I don't see myself here. My friend was like, no, we must give it a shot. We must give it a shot. She really wanted to do it. Really. So we've gone there and we're trying to fill the form and they're like, ma'am, can't you see how many people are here? Gates are shut. So me being the good Catholic girl, I was like, okay, thank you very much for your time. And I was leaving. I hailed a cab. I sat inside the cab, Brian. Some angel of God has come chasing the cab, hit the cab and said, hey, wait. You guys can audition.
Wow.
Yeah. I was out of there. I was not even allowed to audition firstly. And then when I was leaving, I still don't know who that person is, but whoever you are, I owe you my career.
You don't remember it was me?
don't. It was you, Brian. If it was you, I would totally remember. I mean, such a good-looking guy. There's no chance I'd forget. Come on.
Lines.
Come on. So anyway, he asked us to come back. We waited and it was 3 p.m. when we were given entry. And by the time I could audition, because there were just so many people back in the day who used to come for MTV auditions, my audition took place at like 1:30 a.m. at night. So we were just sitting. Yeah, there were just so many people. I was some 4,800 and something was my number. Yeah, it was nuts. And we waited and then my turn came. And we were exhausted. We're dead by then. So we finally now, I've come into this room with 2-3 judges or some producers of MTV. Back now I know they were producers. Not even the top tier producers. They were just producers at MTV. And they were like, okay. They were tired. They were exhausted. Just like, khatam karo. I've gone there and they're like, theek hai, kuch bhi karke batao. I'm like, what does kuch bhi karke batao mean? I mean, give me something to do. They were like, nahi, nahi, kuch bhi chalega, kuch. So I have decided on the fly to be a VJ, but Rakhi Sawant style.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I have completely gone nuts and I have done this. Hello, camera. How are you? I've done this whole bit.
Listen.
No, Brian.
No, listen.
Listen, I used to dance in front of the guests as a kid. Believe it or not, I'm an adult now.
No.
Yes.
Serious?
You cannot make me dance in front of the kids.
No, you have to dance and do the Rakhi Sawant.
Okay, Brian, I will.
Come
I'm
on.
so easy to convince. Oh, no. No, so I did this thing, where I looked into the camera and I was like, hello everybody, यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग आए हैं audition देने के लिए. लेकिन मैं, no. कहाँ पे देख रहे हो कैमरा पर्सन? इधर नहीं, ऊपर देखो. So I have done all of this nonsense and I think I've woken those...
Can we redo the whole chat?
No, Brian, come on. You need to learn about my story, my journey, my Orlem stories.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that's what I did. And I think I woke these three up. More than anything, I woke them up from their sleep. So they're like, haha, we'll call her back. Then there was top 500, then top 100, and this was happening across cities. And then they finally managed to get the top 10 from India, of which I was one of them. And they were the best, the cream of the crop. And honestly, I feel like I learned more from the rest, the 9 of them. Then eventually, Nikhil Chinnappa took the call and he's like, we'll take this Catholic girl. This Catholic girl seems good. And Chinnappa was the one who I think finally zeroed down on the fact that I think Gaelyn works. And
hey, Nikhil, thank you very much. Thank you very much, wherever you are.
You have no idea, Nikhil. Yeah, Nikhil used to be very tech savvy, I remember. Back then, Twitter wasn't even around. It was just about around. And he tweeted about, hey, we're at this VJ Hunt. MTV is doing another VJ Hunt. And there's this really funny girl and all. And none of us were on Twitter except one of those contestants. They're like, I think Nikhil has tweeted about him. We're like, but what's Twitter? So yeah, I've had great experiences. That's how MTV happened for me. I was not supposed to be that's why I said my life is like a flowing river, Brian. I've never planned anything. It's just the universe, and I have huge faith in God, and I feel like He's always had my back and He's always put me in the right places at the right time. And that's how I'm here talking to Brian Tellis on Tellis Like It Is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Leads me to my next question.
Yes.
In MTV, obviously I know half the answer because you're a people's person. And that's come through pretty evidently, not just on our chat. I've known you, had the privilege of knowing you for a while.
Guys, stop it, Brian. You don't know what you're doing. Okay.
Having said that.
Yeah.
No, in MTV, you were thrown with a whole bunch of personalities, given the fact that you're a public figure now, you're, a live host. Did you have a problem, kind of like I am having such a smooth chat with you now? But did you have a problem, depending on whom you were chatting with, personality kind of clashes, or how does it feel to be chatting with someone whom you do not necessarily personally agree with? Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've got kind of a few stories there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know this better than anyone, that you're not always served the most comfortable guest or the most easy person. They come with all sorts of moods. I've hosted a lot of seasons of IFA as well, and that's where I think I've had the most. I was always on pins and eggshells when it came to interviewing a celebrity. I will not give any names. I'll not take any names.
Okay, we'll shut the cameras.
Yeah, we can. But when you really shut the cameras, that's when I will tell you, Brian. But yeah, I've had my fair share of people who've come in with bad moods, bad attitudes, and you just have to. And that's the proof in the pudding, right? Yeah. That's where you really have to up your game. And that's where your skill set comes into play.
True.
You need to know how to maneuver the conversation, how to work bad moods also. A lot of people don't really talk about this. They don't know that there's this side to our profession also. And that is, to work with all kinds of temperaments and all kinds of people and all kinds of attitudes and still make content out of it and still make sure that it's a great episode at the end of the day and the editor has something to work with.
Not the easiest thing to do.
Not at all. Not at all. So yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of that. But at MTV, I had very few opportunities of this one-on-one interview stuff. There was a lot of shows that we were hosting. I think my biggest challenge or the toughest thing that I've ever done, even to date, would have to be roadies. It's something that is it's the complete opposite of my personality is what I would say. I'm a very happy, easy, people's person kind of chick. But roadies is the exact opposite of who I am as a person. It's very aggressive in terms of its nature, not like aggressive in a way where it's abusive and stuff. The pulse of the show is very intense.
Sure.
It's extremely intense. And I don't know, I mean, I know who that person was, but they decided that let Gaelyn host the show. So when they did, I had no faith. I'll be very honest. I had no faith in the fact that this show's for me. I, in fact, really fought with them saying, I really don't think that's the show for me. They were like, no, we want you to host roadies. It's very taxing physically because it's 30 days of non-stop travel and shoot, and the shooting hours, if I say that to anyone now, I mean, they'll come for the roadies team, especially Akshay Kumar and Deepika Padukone, who have now said 8-hour working days. But yeah, it was intense. And the gang leaders are fighting with each other and the host has to kind of balance this whole thing out. They're having huge meltdowns. Everyone's coming for the host because you're representing production and the idea and the director and stuff. And the director's happily saying stuff in your ear, saying, now make them do this, now make them do that. And they're all like, how can you make us do this? And I was much younger than all of these guys. I mean, the likes of Neha,
yeah,
Nikhil, Raftar, Ranvijay, they're all big personalities. And for me to kind of have to handle them and to kind of be like, I'm going to keep all of you in check, while inside I was like, why do I have to keep all of you in check? Yeah, so it was very challenging.
So it's a bit of a dichotomy and I want to chat with you about it, right? There's one side of you, and I feel this or have felt it myself, right? There's one side of you which is the performer.
Yeah.
Right? And a performer is driven by instinct, by creativity, very often by mood.
Yeah.
Right? Very often. And then there's the role of a host, right? So right now I can feel you as a performer. I'm hosting it and trying to bring out the best in you.
Right.
And on the other hand, I've got a story to deliver. I've got content to create.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel a bit of a pull and a push or a dichotomy there. I want you to talk about it because you're intrinsically a performer. You're using it to very, very good measure, as a host.
Right.
Do you sometimes feel, a bit of a pull one way or the other?
I think, again, credit to MTV where it's due. They never gave us a script, which means they allowed us to be ourselves. But they also gave us enough, they put enough trust in us to know that while we're letting you be you, you need to understand that this is a show that we're hosting and XYZ content in whichever way you like needs to come out. So at a very early age, when I started doing this, I started off with that kind of trust that was put into me,
right,
saying that there's no script. You get to be you. We don't give you any pointers. We don't tell you. We just give you a general understanding of what the show is. And then, in the most Gaelyn way possible, let us see how you bring this out.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
And that's why I truly believe that's why it's so much easier for me today, because I've seen a lot of people who can't work without a script. They need a script to kind of feel like, okay, I know that this is what I need to do and this is my safe space. But we were always encouraged to think out of the box. But while you're doing that,
go with the flow.
Go with the flow. But while you're doing that, the show is about football.
Sure.
So, kind of steer the conversation and bring it back to this. So a lot of this very not structured way of producing back then has kind of shaped me and a lot of my colleagues like Jose, Barney, all of us. It's really shaped us to be the hosts that we are today. I mean, it's given us I think it's a huge advantage compared to the rest.
Sure, and all of you kind of shine when you're given the power to ad-lib and to kind of be yourself, like you rightly said. I'm going to cut to another area that you flirted, more than just flirted with, which is not so free-flowing, which is films.
Yeah.
You know, Bollywood, for lack of another way to say it. And there again, my goodness, nothing was going to stop you. So you did this film. And with, Ayushmann, in it. Tell us about that. I mean, obviously you love the lights.
Yes. Yes.
Good on you.
Absolutely.
But tell us about this. How did that happen?
So I was hosting at MTV and a lot of eyeballs were there, and MTV was really cool back in the day. It still is very cool, but back in the day when we were around, supremely cool.
Read between the lines.
Yes. Okay. I love MTV, but no longer with them currently. So it's okay to say it was very cool. I think that's when Rohan Sippy, the director of the movie that I did, Nautanki Sala, he took notice because even Ayushmann was an MTV VJ, an ex-MTV VJ.
Yes.
So he took notice and he said, let's get her in for an audition. I played the role of his girlfriend, this very dominating girlfriend.
No wonder you did so well.
Yeah, it was just like...
It was just you.
It was just like me at home.
Yeah.
So that's what I did actually. I went, I gave an audition. It was very, very straightforward, Brian. There was no big story around that. I went for an audition. They really liked my audition and that's how I got the gig. It was great fun. I didn't expect to have so much fun. It was great fun because everything that I had not learned on television, I learned while doing this film.
That's a great perspective.
Yeah, I learned while I was on this film. They had workshops, they kind of taught us, and I came from zero any acting background or any of that. I mean, I had zero background in anything. I was just someone who just loved life, That's how I like to describe myself.
You do love life.
I do. Why do I keep saying I was, guys? Yeah. Why do I keep saying that?
You're only 93 years old.
Only.
You got a lifetime ahead of you.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed the process. It was great fun. Rohan Sippy is a great director to work with. And before I knew it, it was a very tight schedule. I think 40 days and we shot the entire film. 40 to 45 days. It was made on a budget, tight schedule, great fun, lots of workshops. We had Kunal Roy Kapoor also, who was a part of the cast. So great cast. The girl that was in the lead and me were debuting. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Having said that, it was a good experience. I didn't really chase it as much as, say, anyone else would have, because I was very happy doing what I was doing.
That's the joy.
I don't know, it may not make sense to a lot of people, but I was just genuinely happy having this creative freedom that I had while hosting.
I hear you loud and clear.
And honestly, it's not something I planned for myself also. Hosting or being in front of the camera or having a conversation and making a whole life around that was something I didn't even imagine for myself. And here I was doing it and I was like, this is what I want to do. I found that, this is it.
But you're restless, right?
Yeah, you can tell now.
I can tell that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's never, and again, at the cost of sounding like I'm self-indulging, I feel that hunger as well. On an ongoing basis, in spite of the fact that if you're 93, I'm 120, and I'm still as hungry as they come, right? Which leads me to, the next part of your journey, which is, in my estimation, quite the craziest. Your flirtation and then your love affair with WWE.
Crazy.
You have the next 3 hours to tell us about that.
I have manifested WWE into my life. Most people won't believe it, but I am a huge WWE fan. huge. Ever since I was a kid, it was almost like how when you sit together and you watch this really cute, like The Lion King with your parents, and you watch, these beautiful Little Mermaid and all. We watch WWE. That's what happened at my place. My dad, my brother, and me. Every day, we would watch the repeats. We were that crazy. We would sit together as a family and we were like, that's what we're going to do. What are we going to do? WWE. We had our own favorites. We would fight with each other saying, no, Razor Ramon is better than what you like. Shawn Michaels, okay, he's good today, but what about Mankind? So we had like these full-fledged conversations around WWE, back then WWF. And somewhere down the line, I think I really kind of manifested this into my life. It came out of nowhere again.
You're still beating up people?
Always. Mostly Sheehan, but yeah. But he deserves it.
He does?
Yes.
Even if you say so.
He totally deserves it. I go easy on him.
Sheehan, do you agree?
He has no opinion.
Do you agree?
He has no opinion, Brian. Don't ask him questions. Yeah. He's a nothing. Yeah.
I can see, hear, feel a happy marriage.
Very happy. He has no opinion. He has no say. He's just my shadow.
Listen, if you need counseling,
for sure,
I'm really good at that.
Can I come alone?
Just 10% of your, your wealth that you have now parked in various continents of the world.
I have.
Just
Brian,
10%.
you do realize we're sitting in a building you own. So I do not think this is the right thing to say to any of your guests.
No, so WWE, I like a little more of your vibe on it. It's something that has incredible pull and fascination around it. But what is it about WWE that really kind of grabs you? It obviously does. And that's manifest in, everything you do.
Yeah.
But what is it? What is it about it?
I think it's the marriage of all things that I'm really passionate about. One, which is hosting and presenting. Two, it's entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment in WWE. If you've seen it, you know it. And thirdly, it's combat sport. It's wrestling. And I am a huge fan of wrestling. So it's the marriage of all three of it. It's almost like it's a tailor-made job for me. So when I get to do it, it's like having a play day. I have I've watched numerous WrestleManias and I've watched numerous SummerSlams, numerous Money in the Banks and all of these things growing up. And now I get to kind of dish it out in Hindi. I host all my shows in Hindi, by the way, guys. For the few of you who don't know this, a Catholic Gaelyn is hosting in Hindi. Yeah, only in Hindi. So, and I get to do all of this. I remember the first time when they told us you're going to go to America and we're going to watch WrestleMania live and you're going to speak to all these WWE superstars. It was almost like the moment I'm having right now. It was like a pinch me moment. I cannot believe this is happening.
Any favorites?
Of course, I have so many favorites. It's impossible to name one.
Don't be boring, okay? Don't be boring.
No, it's true. If you ask a WWE fan, it's impossible. It's not like cricket where you're like, Dhoni mera favorite hai. It's not. It's just so many people for so many different things. I've been a huge John Cena fan. The Undertaker is everybody's favorite. I was a huge Scott Hall, which is Razor Ramon fan. I had the biggest crush on him. I saw The Big Show in person and he's really the Big Show, guys.
There was that pregnant pause.
Yeah, he really is the Big Show. I sat next to Bret Hart and had lunch one day and I had to completely keep calm because they were just like, this energy is not going to fly here. So I'm just like... just having the best day of my life. Charlotte Flair is my favorite. She's a friend. Then we have our favorites from India. The great Kali is the best. He's so funny. I've shot so much fun stuff with him.
Is that right?
He's the best. He's like, Gaelyn. And I'm just like, kahan aana hai?
Okay, so Gaelyn. Have you ever seriously thought about doing...
Wrestling?
No.
No.
That I'm sure you do with Sheehan, but I'm talking about stand-up comedy.
No, because I don't know how much it pays, Brian, and now it's all about the money.
Listen, it'll pay you truckloads.
Okay.
And you got the shit going.
Thanks, Brian.
All I'm asking for is 10% of your fees.
Just give me this clipping, of Brian says you got this shit going and all. I want to just play this. Every time I'm like down and out, I'm like, Brian said I've got this shit going. I've got this shit going. But yeah, I mean, I've heard that before. I've always used humor as my little.
But think about it.
I will.
Think about it.
My life's a joke right now, Brian.
No, I don't mean stand-up purely as an entertainment format. Look, you are a communicator. You have a serious opinion, as I do, right? And I know you're going to really have fun, and I don't say that in a jocular manner or in a light manner. You're going to really enjoy chatting with people, talking about stuff you want to talk about.
Yeah.
But dressing it up with humor.
Yeah.
And that humor could be accenting, that humor could be the way you put things together, that humor could be about how you do not take yourself beyond a point too seriously.
Yeah.
But there are times when you will not let someone take advantage of you.
Totally.
And yet you wear who you are lightly. I'm saying too many nice things about you.
Too many. So I'm not interrupting you at all. I'm like, let this keep flowing. I want a clean cut of this, which I will post on my Instagram, which I will also tag you. Collaborate.
Okay. I've covered WWE, and I know we can go on forever about that, but something that fascinates me, okay, especially about ladies.
Ladies.
Yes, ladies. Ladies who are brilliant professionally at what they do. Ladies who make great wives while they are professionally brilliant at what they do. And while being a great wife and a great performer, they're great mothers as well. That's disgusting.
It totally is.
Tell me the first time. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Are you talking about me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. I love it, Brian. That's what we all tell the world. It's actually
not true.
It's not true. I've dressed up today after like a year. It's crazy. Yeah, motherhood is easily the wildest thing that I've ever had to do or have done. I could never think of anything tougher. I can't think of anything tougher than this. It's the most painfully pleasurable thing that you willingly sign up for, but it is so worth it. They all tell you that. They all tell you that it's tough, it's hard, but it's worth it. And as much as I would like to only confirm the first half, but it's true. The second half is also true. It is totally worth it. I have two beautiful girls. Thank God for that, because I don't know what I would have done with two boys. Brian.
Ask me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what Brian. I mean, you either have to have like Brian level of Brianness to have two boys, or else God's just like, हाँ तुमको बेटियां देंगे. You need to be chill. Your girls will paint and color. So yeah, I mean, I have two girls. One is 2.5, and the newest addition to our family, Lara, is gonna be 4 months old in a few days. So I'm very blessed. It's a very happy household right now, but it is nothing like the life that I had. And it took me a lot of time to kind of come to terms with it, because the kind of control that I had over my life and the kind of decision making that I had that was entirely mine has turned itself upside down now. And that's what motherhood does to you. And that's, I think, the biggest problem with working women, especially women in my career. No 2 days are alike. So now when you're forced to kind of go into a routine, you're just like, what just happened? Where's my hair and makeup team? But I think with each passing day, and when you see a child in front of you and you see the beautiful things that they do for half a minute, you're just like, this is the best decision ever.
This is the perfect little kind of submission of cryptic meets romantic.
Yeah.
All housed in one person. Just in case you're wondering who the person is. Yeah. No, what was that? Yeah, I love that. I love that. Oh, it's been such a privilege, nothing less, chatting with you, Gaelyn. I was tempted to ask you, actually I should ask you, is there a crazy moment when you've questioned yourself in life? And I don't mean negatively or positively.
Yeah.
But I know I speak for myself when I say there have been moments in my life where I've taken that proverbial long, hard look in the mirror or short look in the mirror, however long or short it took me to, and realization has dawned one way or the other.
Yeah.
Have you? I'm sure you have actually, but is there a moment or two that stands out?
Where you just wonder what's next? Or like,
Yeah, you wonder what's next. You wonder about the journey you've had.
yeah.
You wonder about, have you done justice to who you are?
Yeah.
What do you know? What's next is the big one.
Yeah. No, most definitely, Brian. I mean, from time to time, I mean, if one doesn't have that moment and if one doesn't really introspect and look into the mirror and just look at where you've started and where you've reached, you really don't have a measure of who you are currently. So for me, I think I have this moment of looking into the mirror from time to time, different phases in my life. When I've hit rock bottom, I've found myself doing that. When I've had the best year work-wise, I remember having a good look at myself the day after I gave birth. Yeah, so there have been many moments like that where I've given myself a moment to kind of take it all in and just be present in the moment and say, hey, this is where I started, this is who I was, this is who I am.
Beautifully said, Gaelyn.
Yeah.
So beautifully said.
Thank you.
I had a question or two more, but I'm not going to kill the moment. Right? It's been...
Wants to get rid of me, guys.
No.
I know this. I've been on that side.
Okay, I won't stop you. Say nice things about... No, I'm kidding. But honestly, Gaelyn, thank you so much
Thank you,
for
Brian.
hanging out. It's
Oh
been...
my God.
I know I'm sounding cliched, but allow me to. It's not cliched. It's the honest truth. It's been really wonderful chatting with someone real, with someone who means every word she says,
Thank you.
who's not afraid to be herself.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've kept my alter egos at home today.
I mean, even though you're someone who beats up your husband.
Yes, because
and,
he deserves it
that,
on most days.
You know, you're still a nice person.
Who says he's going to play pickleball and he calls it work? I mean, I'm not stupid, okay, Shian? Yeah.
I did mention to you earlier, and I'm repeating, I'm a counselor.
Yes.
All I ask is 10% of your combined earnings.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you're a good mangy.
I'm a good man.
You're a good mangy.
I'm a good man. Could have been 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll check with my CA and get back.
Oh, lovely. I have lots of suggestions on CAs if you want. Huh?
Yeah. I have a really good one. He's Gujarati.
Is it called chartered accountant or conniving artist?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, but he looks very innocent. So I like that. You know, he's constantly keeping you like guessing.
Right.
What is he today? Yeah.
And just in case you guys thought that she was a wonderful person, like I tried to convince you, sorry, I was lying and she helped me. Right?
Dev bore karu tuka. Dev bore karu tuka. Brian. Boro distai. Subita sai. Maka guttu atuka guttu na.
Maka guttu.
Oy, आवलेता. मत तुझे कोंकणी दुसरे असा, मोजे दुसरे असा. तुझे मुंबईची कोंकणी ने.
होय ने. कितले बोटी सांगचे तो का पिये नाका ऐक का.
आवे आता मुझे आता कॉफी असा एक सिप की मारू ना. असं दे आता आम्ही वसिया.
And on that very Konkani Mangalorean note, we will end this chat with tons of love.
Lots of love, Brian.
Loads of respect.
Thanks, Brian.
Really.
Oh, man.
Really. And stick on that fast lane. It suits you.
Thank you. And honestly, it's been, I know I started the show by saying this, that it's a pinch me moment. I cannot believe that I've had the privilege to do this. Brian, I've grown up watching you. The kind of things that you've done, everyone, my contemporaries, every single person that I know that knows of you speaks of you in the same tone, which is, oh man, Brian, Oh,
I'll
man,
hold
Brian.
on to that.
Honestly, because you have been an inspiration to so many kids, so many people. And I'm one of them. I'm living example. I know Jose is a huge fan of yours, and I'm a huge fan of Jose. So A equals B, B equals C, so A equals
What
C.
she's basically
Yeah,
saying
basically
is
I'm saying I love Brian Tellis. He makes great looking boys. And thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you, Scott, even though you're there and not here. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Gaelyn, thanks again.
Thanks, Brian.